So I will quickly cover, and I hope not 25 minutes, in 10 minutes, avascular necrosis and all these things that I will talk about. And there are a number of papers that I've published over the last 25 years. I think there are 15 to date, which are regarding my work with bisphosphonates and with various other conditions, particularly avascular necrosis. When a patient gets a cerebral stroke or a myocardial infarction, it's an acute event. It is treated as an acute event. But whereas when there is an avascular necrosis of the bone, diagnosis happens late. And because the natural history of AVN of the femoral head, we know from literature that untreated, at 3 years, 75% of these patients collapse. At 4 years, 80% collapse. So good results are only limited to 20 or 25% of patients. And a major surgical procedure is required within 3 years of the onset of the disease, and THR within 3 years is the ideal. I am an orthopedic surgeon. A number of drugs have been described over the years, but we know that these do not work. Core decompression has been shown again and again that there is no added advantage of surgery over the natural history of AVN. This is published data. Some time ago, in the top 10 open access articles in JBJS, I had 2 of them. One was the paradigm shift in osteonecrosis management with bisphosphonates, and the other one was bisphosphonate for post-Ovid osteonecrosis of the femoral head. And one of the more current papers in 2021 in the JBJS talked about the paradigm shift in osteonecrosis treatment with bisphosphonates, and my treatment of post-COVID osteonecrosis also came in the JBJS in 22. Essentially, our bisphosphonate study has shown stage 1, 98% success, stage 2, 92% success, stage 3, 77% success. We have seen during my treatment protocol no cases of atypical fractures or osteonecrosis of the jaw. We stopped this therapy in 3 years, as has been said earlier. I give zoledronic acid as a booster once a year. I give alendronate 35 milligram twice a week, not 70 milligram once a week. We give calcium and vitamin D because without these, this disease process, these drugs does not work on this disease process. And small and more frequent dosages are absorbed better. That's the kind of prescription my patients carry, with details about how they have to take the drug so that there is no confusion. So what is the rationale? Why the combination of 2 bisphosphonates? Because we have seen alendronate is efficacious, and this has been again published in many articles elsewhere after I published my index publication. The effect starts after 12 weeks with alendronate, and it takes up to 1 year for it to really work. And only 2% of alendronate is absorbed at the best of times. Hence, pain improvement only with alendronate would take up to 3 months, and therefore there would be decreased compliance. Intravenous bisphosphonates have also been described in AVN, zoledronic acid, pamidronate, etc., but used alone, they have been shown that they are not effective, and early blood levels are achieved because of the IV nature of zoledronic acid, and early pain and clinical score improvement can occur. We have also shown that this works in transient osteoporosis of the hip, and here is a case of transient osteoporosis of the hip at 4 months cleaned of the disease process. Normally, without treatment, this can take up to a year of pain. Yet another case where the disease was improved with the zoledronic acid IV. And I think really there has been a new paradigm in the medical management. For other places of osteonecrosis, again, published data where we have at presentation and 4 months. Yet another case at presentation in 4 months. So our rationale is that we give IV zoledronic acid 5 milligrams for early pain relief and early blood levels. To this we add oral alendronate, which prevents the collapse, and this is the combination therapy which works over a period of 3 years, at the end of which we must stop this because the established safety of bisphosphonates have been described for up to 3 years. Larger doses of the drug is required, as has been shown in animal studies, and repurposing of bisphosphonate, which this is the practice of finding novel therapeutic indications for existing approved drugs. You've seen this in aspirin, you've seen this in chloroquine, you've seen this in Viagra. So effectively, you need different dose for AVN than you need for osteoporosis. We've also repurposed denosumab for recalcitrant bone healing, and only yesterday, Dr. Agashe sent me one of his cases where he's used this, and it actually does work if the fixation is good. The results of the use of bisphosphonates in AVN, I will show you some of these. This is case 1, 2 years, 4 years. There's another case, you can see it at presentation, 3 years and 12 years. And as I said, our bisphosphonate study, 98% success with stage 1 with my therapeutic regimen, 92 and 77%, and no problems that we have seen. I think the chapter of management of AVN has been rewritten, and we have multiple publications yet. And this particular one, let me show you what this is about. This is in avascular necrosis in adolescents and young adults who have had chemotherapy. So Dr. Banavli and I wrote about this along with Mayank. This is a young girl. Would you have offered her drilling, or would you have offered her a hip replacement? I think not. See the next case. The sound isn't there. Let me go back if we can. But now this boy can play cricket, he can play football, he can run and do all activities which my brother can. And where there was despair, there is hope. Where there was pain, there is now life. And here he is now at 18 years of age. Should I have offered him a hip replacement when he'd come to me earlier? He's doing all his activities. And this is yet another publication for non-femoral avascular necrosis, where we have shown that it works in areas other than the hip. We have shown in BMJ, no less, the British Medical Journal, that avascular necrosis is a part of long COVID. And we showed that this was happening in patients, but we had a solution, a medical solution, which was this particular regimen of treatment. And this disease in COVID has been occurring, the lower dose of steroid and an earlier onset. Written up in the newspapers, has been explained. We've got these kind of cases also which have worked, which have actually reversed with the medical line of treatment. JBJS 2022, JOCR 2024, transient osteoporosis after long COVID. And when bisphosphonates don't work, we have my patients who I offer total hip replacement, who have full range of movement. We have this gentleman, Yogesh Patkar, who had AVN but could not dance, and he's a professional dancer, but he can sit on the floor after surgery. The take-home message is, steroids are life-saving, get x-rays and MRI on suspicion, and start this regimen of bisphosphonate therapy, not the regimen that you would use for osteoporosis. And this is the regimen I would recommend to you: zoledronic acid alendronate, calcium, vitamin D, and this is what you should expect from such a regimen. Patients will recover 92% in stage 1. Thank you.
Thank you. And